Houses, apartments, even single rooms can all be declared ownerless. We are talking about housing owned by Ukrainians in temporarily occupied territories. In December 2025, Putin signed a law allowing occupation authorities to confiscate property belonging to residents of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhzhia regions. These housing inventory notices have been tossed into mailboxes or shoved under doors in occupied areas for months now. The logic is simple. If you do not respond, your property will be seized, or as they call it, nationalized.
This is done because an inventory of so-called ownerless housing is currently underway. When officials check whether an apartment is actually lived in, it becomes immediately clear that it is, that there are real owners, that they are alive, and that they remain the lawful owners of the apartment.
Under the newly adopted law on so-called ownerless property, with the faceless title on amendments to certain federal constitutional laws, seized real estate in occupied territories is declared property of the regions or municipalities. The criteria for determining whether property is ownerless are set by the occupation administrations themselves, in coordination with Rosreestr and Rosimущество.
They first obtain the right to use this housing. They can designate it as service housing or rent it out. At a later stage, they may also acquire full ownership of the property.
Even if information about the owner is missing or documents cannot be verified, that does not stop the seizure. The vague wording of the new law opens the door to mass expropriation of housing.
When signs of so-called ownerless property are identified, the occupation authorities initiate a formal procedure and launch what they call a 30-day period. The owner is either sent a notification that their property may be declared ownerless, or a list of such properties is published on the websites of occupation administrations. From that moment, the 30-day countdown begins, during which owners are required to confirm their ownership rights by submitting documents. At the same time, in the vast majority of cases, people are completely unaware that such a procedure has been opened against their property, because notifications do not reach them, are published formally, or are impossible to access from outside the occupied territory.